Hello, hello. This is Dawn coming to you live from Priestess School and from Sedona, Arizona. And today is the Tuesday, the 23rd of October. And our theme today is powerful full moon energies, insights to activate your greatest gifts. So tomorrow we have a very powerful full moon, and many astrologers are talking about this, but it's not just the astrologers, the energy workers, and those who are able to sort of read the pulse of what's going on. And so I wanted to share with you what I've been picking up, both from the teachers I study with, but also just my own experience right now and what I'm reading in the field, if you will. So please stick with me here if you're watching this live or if you're watching this later, because there are some key pieces that I feel are really going to be of value of you if you are someone who would like and be interested in the work that I do, and a page called Priestess School. So let us begin. The first key piece of this full moon, which is happening tomorrow, October 24th, 2018, is that this Venus retrograde in Scorpio is very closely aspected to it. So just to go over a little basic foundation here, just to give you concepts of the energies at play so that you can begin to see how the pieces come together. Let me share this with you. So we have over here, we have the sun is in Scorpio. Okay. Now a full moon, when you have a full moon, what that means is that the moon is on the other side of the earth from the sun, and the sun is reflecting its light upon the moon. That's what makes it full. When it's new, they're together. When it's full, they're opposite. So we have the sun is in Scorpio, and that's normal for this time of year. Now, not only do we have the sun over here in Scorpio, we also have Venus retrograde conjunct that sun. So let's just talk about that for a moment before we even get into the whole moon thing and what's going on with that and beyond that. So I believe I've already made a video on this. I've certainly been talking about it a lot with my clients and some opportunities I've had to teach this stuff. So Venus, we all know Venus represents the goddess of love, the feminine energy. When we think about the planet Venus in astrological terms, she definitely represents the feminine energy, beauty, grace. She also represents what we value. And Venus rules two signs. The first sign is Taurus, and the key words there are I have. So you see, Venus really likes the beautiful comforts in life. She likes the material world. She likes beautiful things and elegant things, and she values her worth, let's say. She also rules Libra, the sign of Libra, which is an air sign, and that's the sign of I relate. So I have and I relate. In this case, we are really looking at Venus in her aspect of how she values herself and her own worth. So remember I said, what do we have? We have we have the sun is in Scorpio, and it's conjunct Venus retrograde. And that is an opposition to that sign of Taurus, which is that keyword I have. So Venus is actually in an oppositional relationship to one of the signs she rules. And she is in the sign of the shadow. Scorpio is the sign that rules the things which are hidden, the things which are buried under the surface, the secret powers or the secret control or the secret lies, the dirt under the rug, this kind of thing. That's not all Scorpio rules. Actually, Scorpio's big thing is that it rules transformation. And how do we transform? We transform by going into our psyches, by going in and looking at our shadows, by owning, reclaiming, and integrating that stuff that's been buried, whether those are gifts and blessings or painful memories or bad behaviors, harmful, hurtful things. So with the sun and Venus right there in that scorpionic energy, and Venus in retrograde, she's like She is reviewing and digging up all the places where her own self-worth, the value of her own gifts, has been diminished, dismissed, denigrated, and self-betrayed or self-put down. So we know, for example, that when Venus stationed to go retrograde, this was when the Kavanaugh hearings started to really, when the proverbial poop hit the fan. So there's that energy. This is the dark face of the goddess, sisters and brothers. This is the face of the goddess who is not the pretty, lovely, beautiful one. She's like, we got shit to deal with and we're going to deal with it because I am tired of being suppressed, repressed, and denied, and I will be heard. That's the energy, and it's right in alignment with the sun. Okay, so that's that energy up here. Now let's look down here. We have this other energy over here, which is the moon. And it is in the early signs of the early degrees of Taurus in conjunction with Uranus. So what is the energy of Uranus? Uranus is the rebel. Uranus says, tear down these old structures that don't work. Enough of this stuff. We want freedom for the people. We want liberation. We want egalitarianism. We want equality. And Uranus is also that light bulb, that sudden illumination that gives us an insight, an aha moment, an awareness, a sudden, whether it's good or bad, doesn't matter. So we are really being activated. Now, I don't know what your personal chart is, but if you have any personal planets in particular that are being set off by these early degrees in what are called fixed signs, then you will be more personally affected by this. I also do want to talk about the fact that these are fixed signs. So fixed signs means that there can be a desire for stability, a desire to be solid, and also a resistance to change. So this can create really almost earthquake-like change. So it'll be interesting to see what comes up. And there's more. These two planets, I'm having a hard time because it reflects opposite. So you've got your Sun and Venus retrograde. Venus is retrograde in Scorpio, conjunct the Sun, and you've got your Moon and Uranus. They're opposite each other. Moon and Uranus in Taurus. These are fixed signs. Now, in square to them, so at opposite, so like that, making what's called a grand cross in the sky, you've got the lunar nodes. And that is our planetary destiny and our karmic destiny, if you will. So the South Node is in the sign of Leo, and Leo is the sign that asks us, how do you shine your unique light? How do you bring forth your light in a way that uplifts and inspires all? So that is now what we are being asked. How have we shined our light in the past? And how have we been maybe cloaking our light, denying our gifts, dismissing them, undervaluing them, undercharging for them, or just going, well, you know, I have this job. This is how I make my money. This is what I do for my life and my living. Oh yeah, I'm a Reiki master. Oh yeah, I seem to actually connect as an empath with inner guidance that helps other people. Oh yeah, I'm a color therapist. Oh yeah, I'm a aromatherapy person. But you know, I do that on the side a little. It's not really something that I charge very much more for because I can't make a living at it. So I don't tell a lot of people about that. That's that dimming of the light worker. And it's been going on for too long. It's been going on for way too long. It's been going on incarnationally for a long time. Those of us who are here to make a difference on this planet, to bring our light, to shine our light, to awaken, to be the pillars of light for those who, as the world transforms, as the world shakes out all of the shadow material, we have come to be the light, the force of light, the pillar of light for those in deep darkness. We have to begin to really value what we do. And when I say value, I don't mean charging exorbitant amounts of money for minuscule service, because that is a scarcity model that's very popular on the planet right now, that hides behind the mask of I value what I do. I don't mean that. I mean a deep inner connection with the significance of your sacred gifts and the truth of the reason why you came here. is to finally deliver them. Even though perhaps maybe you've been coming lifetime after lifetime and being told one way or another, no, we don't want your gifts. We're going to burn you at the stake for them. No, we're going to hang you. No, we don't want them. You're a weirdo. No, we're going to call you crazy and put you in a mental institution. No, we're going to give you shock therapy for thinking you're hearing voices. We have been denied. We have come into a very dark place over and over again and been denied our gifts. And that time is over. It is time for us to rise together, to lift as we rise, and to really shine our light, to be the pillar of light in our communities, in our families, in our own personal lives, to claim and reclaim the deep value of our gifts, of the beauty of our light shining in these dark places. And that's going to call us to really look at our shadows. So you may find that right now in your life, you are dealing with either looking at the public arena or in your personal life. Again, this would be more, you'd be more aware of it based on your personal chart or whether it's affecting you personally. You may find that there are people in your life who are really reflecting or going through some really dark night of the soul stuff, and maybe you are too. You may find that there are people who are revealing just how angry, embittered, toxic, vengeful, hurtful they can be, and you may find that it's shocking. And that is the nature of this time we are in, because Venus, who normally is like, oh, let's make everything nice. I relate. I value. I have. Oh, come and let's sit and lounge in our comfortable chairs on the pillows and relax and have a cup of tea. Well, she's not that. That's not the energy she's doing right now. She's doing retrograde in Scorpio. This is the dark face of the goddess, and it's coming up. So if it's coming up in your life, it's a good idea to look at how is what's going on out there a reflection of what I've been denying in here. So in other words, if someone out there is showing up as angry, resentful, bitter, attacking, undermining you, the most powerful, effective thing you can do is not to blame yourself, but to take responsibility. What am I burying and denying? What rage, anger, where am I in my life judging other people? How is this reflecting something that I need to look at and own and integrate in myself? Same thing true if you are experiencing this for yourself. So if you personally are experiencing for yourself a lot of eruption coming up, a lot of anger or rage or frustration, judgment of others, resentment, bitterness, fear, just plain old fear. Maybe you're struggling financially. That would make a lot of sense with Venus in retrograde in Scorpio, opposite a full moon in Taurus. This could be bringing up fears for you, again, specifically if you have personal planets aspected by this. So this is a time for us to do a couple of things. One is to really go inward and really courageously face our own shadow material. Two, ask for help. Ask for help. We were not meant to do this alone. And if you've been the lone wolf, the lone ranger, the solo healer, helper, figuring you got it all figured out for yourself, and you're still, a lot of shit is coming up in your life, sickness, illness, conflict, your own emotional charge, financial struggle, then it's time to ask for help. It's time to get some support, whether that's getting an astrology reading, whether that's working with a counselor, whether that's moving into a sister circle or a circle of others. It's really helpful to get things reflected back to you and get some insight. And the other thing, though, really is to begin to dig in to look at, where am I undervaluing my light? Where is it time for me to shine my light in a bigger way? What is the unique gifts and abilities that I came here to really shine and really bring forward? Because these are the times where it's time to bring them forward. People need the gifts you have. And we get stuck when we ask, oh, I don't know how I can do that. I don't know how, I can't. I don't know how I could do that. And I feel you if you're in those shoes, because those are the shoes that I had been in for a long time. Hiding as a business coach, when really what I was a priestess and a transformational teacher. And I didn't know how to do that. I still don't fully know how to like make a lot of money at it, but I don't really care. I'm just doing it. And that's my invitation to you is what are your gifts? What's your unique light? Get out there and do it and value it. Value your time, value the transformation you offer, whether you are just, if you're just starting out, okay, that doesn't mean that you're going to charge an arm and a leg, but get out there and start doing it. And if you don't know what to do, do something. And I love to use the metaphor of the GPS for your car. Your GPS only works if your car is in motion. You could be going in the completely wrong direction, but if you listen deeply, if you go within, if you pray and meditate and have a daily sacred practice, what's going to happen is your divine GPS will redirect you as long as you're out there doing, shining, sharing your gifts. But if all you do is stay home, pray, meditate, and don't do anything with those gifts, then your GPS can't really help you. It can give you inklings, but until you get out there and start testing the waters, it's going to be hard to know. Okay, so that was the main thing I wanted to share, but I want to connect in here. There is one other thing I want to share. I want to put out an invitation for all of you. It's to use tomorrow wisely, to give yourself some time to tune into the frequencies of valuing your unique light and to connecting with your higher self that knows and remembers why you chose to come here at the early years of the great turning of the ages, and to really activate your own self-worth as a light worker, as a priestess, as a healer, as a leader, as a teacher, whatever that is. Really get connected with that and trust and know and trust that even if your conscious mind doesn't get the big picture yet or the information, you can invoke and call that the insights and guidance get downloaded into your subconscious mind at this peak of the full moon tomorrow morning in US Pacific time, that the information get downloaded into your subconscious mind to be revealed and unfolded in the days, weeks, and months ahead. So light a candle, create an altar, create sacred space, honor your own sacredness, and choose to activate your unique light for this planet because we need it. We need it. And value that gift, those blessings that you came in with. Because even if right now it seems like nobody would want them, in the days and weeks and months ahead, there is a place for you. And so with this, I want to sign off. Let me connect again. I also want to put out an invitation. I still have a few spots left for my retreat in Thailand in February 5th through 11th. I still have my prices very low for these, relatively speaking, for a full week of intensive priestess training at a eco resort with all your meals included in a beautiful environment, all your accommodations. So if this is something that resonates with you, I invite you to reach out to me and find out how to apply to connect and to be a part of this intimate, transformational experience. Okay, with that, I'm going to sign off for now, and I'm sending each and every one of you who watch this now, who's been watching this with me now or in the future, much love and bright blessings until next time. Shine your beautiful light. Activate your own knowing on this full moon. And much love.